Welcome to Rabbit and Red Whiskey Reviews. I'm Eric, and happy Repeal Day 2019. On the bar for review today, Jim Beam Repeal Batch Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. As always, I will give you a nose, taste, finish review, chat a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts and a score, and leave you with a malt musing. But first, a bit about this whiskey. So, as you may know, today is Repeal Day. 86 years ago today, and back in 1933, was the repeal of Prohibition. And to mark that day last year, Jim Beam released a limited edition Prohibition Repeal Tribute Bourbon called the Jim Beam Repeal Batch. I'll tell you a little bit about this bourbon here. So it is bottled at 43%, so a little bit above 40, which is great. And it says that it is non-chill filtered. So as you know, unlike Scotch, it is actually legal to add color to bourbon. But they can chill filter bourbon. So this one is non-chill filtered, so something a little bit different. And here's what it has to say. It is inspired by the way we made bourbon after Prohibition. That means nuances of flavor gained through the interaction of whiskey and the barrel remain for you to enjoy. Because it is non-chill filtered, it may appear cloudy or contain sediment at the bottom, just like it did back in the 1930s. All right. Yeah, so this was released in 2018 to mark the 85th anniversary. So it also says here, 85th anniversary of Prohibition's repeal. When it ended on December 5th, 1933, James B. Beam and his family rebuilt the distillery in just 120 days. This brought the Beam family recipe and some say bourbon itself back to life. So there you go. Here's a look at the label. They kind of got this old time label. It's supposed to look like what their labels did back in the 30s, which is pretty cool. Same Jim Beam looking bottle. Let's get some of this in the glass, y'all. Healthy pour for Repeal Day. Screw top. I'm not sure if they were doing the screw top back in the 30s, but perhaps. Okay, so as you know, Jim Beam has just a huge array of different bourbons that they release. And so it'll be interesting to see if we can pick up any differences in this compared to, most of these other ones that they've put out over the years. But that is what we were looking at. There's your color. So that is the natural color. There is no age statement on this, so I'm not sure how old it is, but let's dig in. Okay, right away on the nose, it's got that signature Jim Beam kind of peanut note. You notice that right away. Also, sweet butterscotch. Little bit of caramel, vanilla kind of thing going on, and a bit of like oaky spiciness in the background. All in all, just a really kind of standard Jim Beam nose, and solid bourbon. Yeah, there is a little bit of spice, almost like a little bit of an herbal thing going on in it too, but it's really subtle. I can't really pick up what it is. Cool. All right, let's give this a taste. Cheers. Rich, viscous, bit of a pepper note on it right away on the arrival. Also, again, butterscotch, a little bit of brown sugar, sweet, nutty, just classic Jim Beam flavor here. But it did say it's non-chill filtered, and it does seem like it's got a little bit more heavy mouthfeel to it. So that's actually a really good sign. Yeah, as it develops, the vanilla comes in, caramel, a little bit of cocoa chocolate thing going on. Finishes like medium and warming, peanut, cashew almost. A little bit of oak spice on that as well. But this isn't the most complex bourbon you're ever going to drink, but it is just, from what I can say so far, really solid. All right, so since this is non-chill filtered, and at 43%, we're going to put a little bit of water on it. Just a bit. Clean water. See if we get some of this cloudiness. You can definitely see the oils have lined up, but you probably can't tell too much on there. We'll see if we get any of this cloudiness, but Okay. So with water on it, not changing it much. A little bit is more astringent. Yeah, it actually kind of mutes some of those notes that you picked up when it was neat. So I almost like the nose better neat on this. This does seem like it might be able to stand up decent in the cocktail, though. You do get some of those bourbon notes coming up. Actually, they're just not as strong here. All right, let's give it a drink. Yeah, solid. Mouthfeel is still intact, which makes me think this actually would be, like I said, pretty good in a cocktail. It would not get drowned out by anything else you add to it, or even maybe drowned out by ice. Caramel, butterscotch, toffee, that peanut note again. This is just a solid Jim Beam. Yeah, there is no age statement on it, so it's tough to say how old this is. I'm guessing it's probably maybe in the 4-year range. It is straight, so it's at least a couple years old. Okay. All right. I don't have a whole much more to tell you on this one. This is just a great kind of bottom to low medium shelf bourbon. Good one to have on your bar, just to have a couple pours of. This will run you anywhere from about 15 to 20, 25 bucks. I was able to still find this readily on the shelf in 2019, so you can probably still get it. I think this is a step up from their white label. It's not going to wow you. It's not going to blow you away, but hey, cool looking bottle, decent bourbon, good price, non-chill filtered. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5, which is I recommend trying or picking up a bottle at a good price. In this case, it's always pretty much at a good price. This is just solid. You know, you won't be disappointed sipping on this. You won't be disappointed maybe mixing this in a decent bourbon cocktail. One more look. Jim Beam Repeal Batch. Right on, y'all. Okay, so I'll raise a glass to everybody again. Happy Repeal Day here in 2019. And we will catch you next time here on Rabbit and Red Reviews. Cheers, y'all.